Hi guys, welcome back to Let's Geek It Out, and today we're down in Dorchester at the Jedi Archives for their Middle-earth strategy battle game Learn How to Play Day. So I'm currently with Steve down here at Jedi Archives, so tell us a bit about the event today and what we've got going on.
So today down at Jedi Archives we're running an intro to Lord of the Rings or Middle-earth battle strategy game where we've decided as a club what we want to do is get more people into playing these games, and the easiest way we found or believe to get people into it is provide painted miniatures, provide all the armies, provide the scenery, put some food on and get everyone down to have some fun. What we find is with wargaming and everything like that, everyone wants to get involved, but as you know yourself, painting miniatures take a long time, investment of time, investment of money. So we want to try and remove that barrier to the games. We want to get people to come down, have the armies on the table, have them basically see what it can be like, and get them in playing. So today we've had about, I think it's about 12 people we've had down today. Who've come from all around. We've had a Wessex Wargaming. He's come all the way from Sussex. We've got yourself come down, and yeah, we're teaching people how to play, hopefully to get them into the game just before the new edition. But that's what we've been doing. So yeah, come down. We've had Chris from GoodEnoughScenery, got all of his boards all set up, which are fantastic boards he's made himself. And yeah, so that's basically what we've been doing.
Awesome.
So once Steve had showed me around the shop and introduced me to the team, it was time to learn how to play Middle-earth strategy battle game.
So we're going to be playing some Middle-earth battle strategy game. There we go, we're doing really well. So have you played this before or anything like this before?
A long time ago, very vaguely, but I can't remember anything about it.
So the plan today is what we're going to do. For our first game, we're literally just going to get across the board and try and kill each other. Cool. It's nice and simple. Yes. We're not going to get too fancy with any bits and pieces. I've given you Rohan because you're a nice, lovely chap, and I'm going to go with Yurakai. I've also given you Rohan because you've got horses and you get some bonuses when you have horses. Okay, so we'll get into it. So I think the easiest thing we'll do is just literally play through the first turn together.
Yeah. All right.
So what we have is you've got your army list there.
Yeah. And
there's a couple of things on there. Just have a look at your list that you have and what you've got. So what you have is you've got Eamon, he's your leader there. He's the one with the beheaded Yurakai.
Very cool. Very cool.
You've got some Rohan Royal Guard, which are the next two. So you've got 2 Rohan Royal Guard. You've got 4 warriors of Rohan with throwing spears.
Yep.
You've got 4 warriors of Rohan with bows. Cool. And then you've got 2 more on the horse with throwing spears as well. So that's that. And then I've got my guys. Most of them have just got swords and shields. Cool. First bit of the game is, so what we're going to do is you're going to set up in your 12 inches. What's nice with this board here, 12 inches is that line. Cool. So set up within 12 inches, anywhere on that bit of the board, and yeah, then we'll just get started, get into it really.
So the first step of our game was to deploy my army within 12 inches of the edge of the table.
So we've done all movements. I've moved full movement, so the next round will be shooting. But as I've done the full movement, I'm not going to shoot because my guys can't shoot. Same, so there's no shooting. Cool. Next would be the fight round, but we're not in combat. So we're back to the first one, which is rolling on initiative again.
In the initiative phase, I rolled a 6, which meant it was my turn to go first.
So when you're moving in, so to make a charge, if you were to charge someone, you need to be able to have line of sight. So say for instance here, this horse rider, I mean he's not going to be able to charge, but he would have line of sight of just one guy. He wouldn't, yeah? Fine. So there's that. Also bear in mind, if you're moving, so another thing you get with cavalry, if you charge into the combat, you get another attack dice.
Fine.
So basically everyone, so if you have a look here, everyone's got 1 attack or 2, your leader's got a couple of attacks or
3 attacks if he was charging it before.
That's it. So it's that thing. So it's always handy having it. And I'll go through the mechanic of the fight, because even if you charge into the combat, you could still lose, and I could end up wounding you. So I'll go through all of that. So it's quite interesting how it works. But yeah, so just bearing that in mind, to charge it, you have to have line of sight. And also, if you're a horse charging in, you want to charge with the horse, gain the extra bonus, you know.
After Steve explained how the charging works, it was time to get into combat.
So, next round, have you got anything to shoot? You got...
They can shoot.
Yeah.
Full, they've moved full. These have moved full, so just these guys.
So what you do next is underneath F is called fight.
Yeah.
So F is your fight value. So the first one is your melee value.
Yeah.
And then your second one is your shooting. So the 4+ is what you got to roll.
Cool.
So you roll 2 dice, and you got to get a 4+ to say that you've hit.
I rolled a 4+, hit Steve's troops and went on to wound his unit. After many rolls of the dice and many kills from Rohan and Isengard, the forces of Isengard fought to their very last man, but Rohan refused to back down in this battle of life and death. The forces of Rohan eventually wiped Isengard off the board, and I was victorious in my starter game of Middle-earth strategy battle game. Just before we end today's video, I want to say a massive thank you to Jedi Archives for inviting me down, and thank you to Steve and Chris for walking me through my first game of Middle-earth strategy battle game. Don't forget to check out Chris at GoodEnoughScenery and Steve at When I Can Hobbies TikTok and YouTube channels. They both make some awesome content. I've put the links in the description below to their social platforms. Thanks guys, and I'll see you in the next one.